HyperX Pulsefire Haste, coming in at a price tag of $79.99. If at any point during the video you want to check out this exact same product, there's Amazon links below. The sensor here is the 3335 sensor, and again, well, everything is the same here. It is a fantastic sensor. This is a 1000 Hertz polling rate, up to 16,000 DPI, 450 IPS, and 40 Gs of acceleration. Now, the build quality here is great. Super well put together, like all the mice on the list. It's also a very pretty mouse. It has a grippy, matte texture on the majority of the mouse, with then glossy accents all throughout it, but they're subtle glossy accents. Just a really, really good looking mouse that you don't really understand how good looking it is online. It has to be in person with you. Very pretty mouse. Now, the balance here is really good. This is a larger mouse than the previous two, but it is lighter than them, so the balance is just very good. The combination of having a larger footprint, obviously more surface area to not only put your hand on, but then the skates, as well as then being lighter, it just makes it a lot more accurate. For me personally, the way it sits in my hand is very comfortable, but it's not as comfortable as number 2 and the number 1 spot. But let's talk the skates. These are Virgin grade PTFE. Now there are 4 skates here. Again, that's not what I typically like. It is the 4 corners, the upper and then the lower 2. Now, these are a little bit bigger than like what you would see on the Logitech, but it still has a little bit of drag. Not even close to what the Logitech had. This still feels very, very glidey, but here they are larger, so it is pretty good, but it could be better. I am being a little bit nitpicky here. All right, for connectivity, you can either use the 2.4 gigahertz USB dongle, or you can actually go wired. So if it does happen to die and you need to play wired, you can do that. Now, battery life with the RGB on, leaving it on most of the day, is about 60 hours. HyperX claims about 100 hours, but in real life scenarios, about 60 hours. This also charges via USB Type-C, which is what we expect and we like. We love it. Now the switches here are TTC Golden Micro Dustproof switches, which does give a high level of precision, but for me, I almost never accidentally click, so I do prefer a lighter switch. However, if you're all about precision, and if you do have the tendency to, when you're whipping around, accidentally click, well, these might be really good for you. It's all up to personal preference here. Now the scroll wheel here is tactile, but the tactile bumps are a little far apart for my liking. Now the weight here comes in at 61 grams, which is very good considering the size of this mouse. And overall, this mouse is fairly underrated. This is not as big as a lot of other mice, but it's very good. Now in the box, you also get that lightweight braided USB-C cable. So if you do want to plug this in and use it wired, you can, and it's a lightweight cable. You also get a USB dongle extender, so you can plug it into that cable and then plug your dongle in there if you are having any connection issues. But I never had any, and my PC is way off to the right, so I don't think you're gonna have any issues there, but it's in the box if you need it. Now this also gives you grip tape, which is sweet, and it gives you extra replacement skates. So that's a lot of extras that you're putting in that box. I think that's really nice, and I really appreciate all those things. Again, if you want to check out this exact same product, there's Amazon links below for the US, UK, Canada, and international links. And if you want to check out my main channel with longer form content, you can check that out right here. But this is a consumer tech review, high speed, and I'll see you guys in the next video.